Yadi fjadi meri hey. The yada 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 dwarf. That's a particularly northern dialect of the Swede elves. Live high up north, country lands.
The high elves.
They're not the smorgasbord.
Did you find it hard doing the black speech?
You know what, the thing is, the film was made, the whole thing was shot with a guy that I went to school with, ended up being 7 foot tall. I actually went to high school with him in Newcastle, Australia, and he ended up coming over to shoot Spartacus, which I was on. He played a character called, yeah, thank you. He played a Germanic character called Sedulus, who got his face cut off. Yeah, remember that guy? Right.
Yeah. Yes, we know.
But anyway, when he came to Auckland to be in Spartacus, I invited him to my house because we both went to school together. And then he came over and he said, "Oh, guess what? I've got some great news. I just got cast as Azog in The Hobbit, and I'd auditioned for it." And I was like, wow, good on you, mate. Actually, I was really excited for him. I was happy for him, you know. And he went off and he shot the film. Now, the thing is in the you know, if you remember Lord of the Rings, the orcs were all made with the masks and stuff like that, you know. Lawrence McCoy had to play like, you know, the king of the orcs, or the top orc in the Lord of the Rings. And whenever you came to an orc's face, just because of the nature of masks and makeup like that, the orcs didn't really have that much animation. They'd just be like, you know. So somehow in all of that culmination of stuff, they got to the end of the film and Peter Jackson wasn't happy with the way that the Azog had ended up visually. So 3 months out from the premiere, Peter Jackson decided that he was going to eliminate that from the screen and replace it with a motion capture Azog. And they called me in, like, in a panic. I was still shooting Spartacus. I was in the second last episode, and they asked if I'd come down there to shoot it. Now, contractually, I wouldn't have been allowed to do it. And I didn't tell anybody. I snuck off down there. My producer almost killed me the next week when they found out that I was down there and read it in the newspaper. Might have been shown up on the set of The Hobbit. Now, when I got down there, I had no idea. I mean, I got the phone call. It's like, you know, one of them want you to fly down in 2 days to shoot Azog. And I went, yeah, but my mate from school's playing it. And they went, no, they're going to shoot it all again, but as motion capture. So I had no idea about where this was going. I got down there and basically they wrote out all the black speech on cue cards. And as I was in this little green suit walking around, I'd sort of, you know, like, who remembers the opening scene of the first movie? Yeah, and I was kind of like standing with my back, and then I turned around and I walked down these stairs. And as I walked down the stairs, this is where I threw the wag in again. I said, "Peter, can my wag be over here? Because can I pat it? Can I pat it?" And then I started writing it. Then I was writing it. Anyway, that was great. Anyway, so but when I came down, there'd be this black speech written on these cue cards where I was looking, and I'd move them around so wherever I was standing. So I was trying to play this character, and I was saying, "Don't worry if you don't get it right, because they film the motion capture first. Whatever I do with the character's physical, it's all just dots. It goes into a computer, and then they paint Azog literally over the top of my skeletal frame or whatever." And then later on, I go into an ADR studio, or an ADR session in a recording studio, and I do the voice separately about 2 months later when they'd rendered the figure. So then I'd go in and I'd have all the black speech written down, and I'd have headphones on, and they would lower my voice by a full octave. so it's right down there. I'm like, and then I put a leopard growl through it. So I'd be like, oh, it had this really, really deep, special feel to it. And so my process was completely different to you guys. I never met anybody from the cast until...
We've only just met.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know, and I was really starstruck because I really loved this guy's version. You know, you were such a great dwarf. Yeah, but my black speech for me, I didn't even know it. I just kind of had to read it off these cue cards.
Did you actually have a leopard in the studio with you during ADR? And another mic going...
No, but it was cool doing it because you put the headphones on and then I'd suddenly hear the sound that they were going to make his voice. I'd hear it through the headphones and I'd be like, oh, it's not even my voice. So it was kind of like playing an instrument because then I'd sort of like, I'd be talking into the mic in a way that would make that sound work. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was kind of cool.
When we played the orcs in Lord of the Rings, and this is a little known fact, originally they were supposed to speak with a Russian accent. Why can't we have some meat? What about them? Are they fresh? Just didn't sound right.
I just still love the fact that in Little Hobbiton there's a wee Scottish elf. It's just everyone else is like, oh, Mr. Frodo, climb on my back. Oh, like that. And then there's, hey, I'm a wee Scottish elf. Don't know where I got my accent from. I'm Scottish.
Is that Scottish? Was it?
Why would you do that?
I forgot the touchiness of the elves. Totally forgot the touchiness of the elves.
You can we?
I'll do
Next
penance
question.
later. Yeah, let's move on.
Can we move on? Sorry, yeah. Just try. We still have the memories.
Hi, I was just wondering, since it's Monday, it's the end of Dragon Con and everything, do you have any favorite moments from this year's Dragon Con?
This moment right now.
Live in the moment.
And I have the memories of that moment just before. That is my favorite moment in Dragon Con.
You can do it to yourself.
Everybody do it to the person next to you.
Yeah, somewhere in this session, try and do it. I love the amazing, the lovely thing about sitting down and meeting people, which is lovely itself. But you get the best view of this parade that wanders past, and there's a whole world of anime that I have no clue about, and there's a whole sort of stuff that. So people walk past, say, "Oh, I know that. Oh, Battlestar Galactica, like that," and "Oh, that sounds." And then occasionally something will walk past. You go, "That is just brilliant." I have no idea what it is, but it's amazing, and they're just. I love how everything, Dragon Con particularly, some weird thing happens in the brain where it just normalizes. And so I was then outside the back and going, "Oh, a banana walked past." It's a very drunk banana. Ew. I don't think he knew he was a banana. Or maybe he really believed he was a banana.
I think it was a banana daiquiri.
And there was a giant angry bird as well, which was just, and it was the middle of the sweaty afternoon, and this guy and this giant angry bird. I could go on, but I won't.
Someone thought that Adam had come as someone.
They
We were
did.
going up the
I was up
escalator.
the escalator and someone went, What? I know this. What have you come as? I was like, this is me! I dress like this, alright?
Did you guys enjoy seeing the costumes at the evening at Brie? All the Tolkien costumes?
Oh, they were incredible, like the detail. I mean, you know, they...
And you met your female counterpart,
I did.
female
I
Ori.
met my female Ori.
Yeah, who's dressed up today? In something in the Hobbit.
No. Let's have a costume show.
Let's have a parade. Everybody come down the front here. Come down the front and be dressed up. Let's check out this cosplay stuff. It's good. Come on down. Ah, there's my girls. You know what? These three girls here, honestly, fantastic.
Hey, it's Matt Smith.
Wonderful. Hey, brother.
And look at the
Very
dwarves.
nice. Very nice. Everybody go.
Fantastic.
This is the amazing thing about the
Look at the speaker.
Look, Superman. Are you in the Hobbit? Okay.
there is about in Dragon Con, I don't know how many thousands, tens of thousands of people come. There are years and years and years and years of work every Dragon Con walking around, and it's mind blowing the amount of kind of creativity and commitment that goes into it. I love it.
Did anybody come dressed as Adam Brown? I want next year. Next year I want to see someone
Are you
cosplay
Kung Fu
Adam.
Panda? Are you the guy from Kung Fu Panda?
You guys saw my bum on Friday night.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's where you're from. And really perfectly done too.
Hey, look, there's somebody who's come as Larry Curtis. That's really, it's almost perfect.
I'm giving these guys a huge round of applause.
Hey, can I get those three girls? Girls, come up here. I'd like to feature these girls because I know that every time I go to a convention, these girls come in this.
Those are Nori's wives.
Can I get you up here? Can I get you up?
The Ring Sisters.
Over there.
Yeah. Oh. There he is. Oh, wait up. Oh.
Dwarves are so agile.
This is the adventurous one. Yeah. Is that your own beard? That's fantastic. No, really, these girls I met. Where was it that we met that one time? And at the premiere. Yeah, we went to the premiere at Hollywood, and these girls I spotted them in the crowd, and I said, "Quick, come through." So we snuck them into the premiere and got them into the VIP room. But I think their job at putting together a
Would you like to say some Dwarvish?
well done, girls. You deserve some recognition. Well done.
She's going to do some Dwarvish for you, because they all know it off by heart.
Siegfried Usul.
Wow! It's just a genetic thing that's passed down, you know, to become a dwarf.
Anyway, that's your 5 seconds of fame.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thanks guys. Cheers. Thanks everyone. That's what it's about. Good on you. Way to go. Good on you.
Okay, if those wives of mine could just get my bacon and eggs cooked, thanks very much.
Can you breathe fire? Go, do it. I can breathe fire. No, I can't.
You're a cool kid.
Adam, I'm going to come dressed as you next year. So that when someone goes, well, I know this. What is this? I can be like, it's Adam Brown. Let's take another question. Question.
Hi there. I just wanted to know of all the preparation and the training you had to do to prepare for your roles, the singing and the weapons and the battle and everything. What was your favorite, and what was maybe your least favorite?
Well, my least favourite was something I'd never experienced before The Hobbit, which was the gym. Do you know what? I am never going to go back there again. I mean, this whole Hobbit experience was great, but that's one thing I've tasted, and I am never trying it again. But the horse riding was probably the most amazing thing ever. I've done a little bit of horse riding, but to be driven to this beautiful paddock just outside of Wellington and literally get on a horse and get paid to go, let's go trotting up a hill, you know, and the most incredible scenery, and you're going, am I doing this? This is, you know, and people go, oh, Adam, oh, we've got horse riding again tomorrow. And I'm like, yes, get me out there. It was just so brilliant to be on a horse in the middle of New Zealand. Yeah, that was it for me.
There's some, for those Americans who don't get it, they say horseback riding here. It's like, what are you going? I'm going horseback riding, which fascinates me because I don't think you can ride a horse anywhere else. Unless I'm really mistaken, and maybe we're in Alabama. Alabama, Scotland. Obviously.
If you're not careful, you can ride the neck of a horse quite a lot. Or underneath it. We used to have a game when I was growing up. I grew up on a farm with horses, and there was one horse who was particularly good at this. We used to go and grab its tail and make it go and drag us around the paddock. Because we had no TV or anything like that, so we had to make up our own fun. And so, yeah, the horse was very, very understanding, but you did have to watch the hooves flicking around. I really enjoyed the stunt training, watching all these guys learn to use their weapons. I think that was some of the funniest stuff that we actually saw, was watching Martin Freeman try to do a forward roll. I could show you, but he may see this. I'd still like to be his friend. Okay. But it was much longer than that.
Question.
Thank you for the signed. Thank you for the signed Azza. And did you do anything offset together?
Or did you just walk back to your trailers and never speak to each other ever again?
Well, no, yeah, we did loads of things. We spent a lot of time with each other. Possibly too much time. Yeah, no, we were, you know, especially for overseas actors, we lived in this beautiful part of Wellington on this peninsula that kind of Peter Jackson owns, doesn't he? And, you know, Orlando Bloom was my neighbour, so was Martin, so was Jimmy Nesbitt, so, you know, we just...
Couldn't escape each other.
We couldn't escape, no. We was kind of just surrounded by everyone, but, you know, we did everything, yeah. Wellington was great like that. I think every restaurant kind of knew our names and knew what we liked. yeah, we spent a lot of time with each other.
And our families did too. Like all of our partners and our children and our friends all got to hang out together too. So it was a real family affair. It didn't really feel like doing a film all the time, did it? It just felt like having a large, long party.
Running.
Oh, yeah. Look, you know what? Because I filmed completely separately. The first time that I was ever going to meet anybody from the movie in terms of the other cast, I was. I'm going to try to keep this short, but it was a really incredible journey. I was in Kuwait visiting the troops for a USO tour. Amazing seeing all those young guys over there with their lives on the line, and it was very humbling. I made my mind up at the last second to go back through Los Angeles, and the whole trip, like getting to Kuwait, I had really bad jet lag. Getting to Los Angeles, I got jet lag again quite badly. I auditioned for Arrow in Los Angeles, and walked out of the studio after. In my audition, I had to get this guy in a chokehold because I'd been in Kuwait. I got shown how to do this chokehold by a special forces guy, and like Slade Wilson's a special forces guy. So when I got in there, I wanted to be real. I wanted to be real about it, you know. So I choked this guy who was a reader in Hollywood, and I choked him out in an audition, and he fell unconscious on the floor. I thought I was going to get kicked out. And they told him to go wash his face in the bathroom, and I went, I've just come back from Kuwait, I met all these guys, special forces guys, and the director said, don't apologise, it was perfect. Honestly, it was the trippiest thing. And I left, and I went and got onto a plane, like an hour after that audition, to go back to New Zealand for the first premiere of the first Hobbit. And I had such bad, like as I said, the jet lag was so bad that when I arrived back in New Zealand and I flew straight down to Wellington, I got the worst flu of my life. And I sweated the whole night out, got up the next morning. I didn't think I could come to the premiere down in Wellington. I was meeting everyone for the first time. The worst flu. And my mate said to me, look, you've got to go, come on, it's the premiere. So I took pseudo-ephedrine and all this sort of stuff. I got there. The first person who I met was Kate Blanchett on the red carpet. And she walked up to me and I went, oh, hi, Kate, I play Hazel. She came up and she came really close to me. I remember just being so paranoid, going like, you guys are about to do the whole world tour of like all the premieres of The Hobbit, and she came up and kissed me on the cheek, and I was going, oh, they're all going to die. Peter came up to me and he grabbed me and he was like, oh, hi, man, I was going, don't do it. I literally was trying to stay away from everybody because I didn't want anybody to get sort of sick, but that was my first experience of meeting everybody, and it was so strange because I was just so ill, and I went back after the premiere party that night, and I went to bed, and I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning to a phone call from my American agent saying I had to fly out that night to Canada to start Arrow. And so I got on a plane it was crazy. It was crazy, but it was all bundled into this one bit of energy. It was just nuts.
That explains a lot, because when we went to the world premiere in London, we were all talking like this. Lovely to meet you, Prince William.
And it was cold, wasn't it, that night in London? On the red carpet, it was absolutely freezing at that.
Not if you wear thermals under your suits. Be prepared.
The good thing about wearing thermals under your suit is if someone spills an entire plate of beef teriyaki that's just arrived at your table into your groin, the thermals may stop you being so sticky through the rest of the night. That's a really good idea, wearing thermals under your very expensive suit. That gets an entire plate of beef teriyaki.
Look, he's still feeling bad about it.
We went out to dinner last night. It's a very lovely Japanese restaurant, sort of fusion. Don't know what that was fusing with, but it was very lovely. And we ordered far too much food, and I, possibly owing my overexcitement and overhunger, got another big, huge plate of beef teriyaki with vegetables and a lot of sticky sauce. And came out, and the guy, the waiter was very understanding. He said, look, it's taken a while, and you're probably not going to eat this, so we'll take this one off the bill. And it was like, no, it's fine, we'll eat it. Going. At which point Adam picked it up, going, oh, would you like some teriyaki? And a small blob of sticky teriyaki and a piece of broccoli went, bloop. I went, oh well. And then an even larger, stickier blob of meat went, bloop, bloop. And at that point, Adam went, oh! And the entire plate of beef teriyaki fell into my lap. It's fine, I'm not worried about it at all.
I couldn't do anything to help because it would be like mopping up your so I was just in shock,
hauling up plates of meat. It's great.
In order to try and put the memory of the teriyaki behind us, I think we have time for one more question.
The memories. The memories. What's the memories?
Alabama, Scotland. Oh.
It's just because Billy had to fly home, and it doesn't feel right without him. So we just have to have like little pretend Billy.
Do you have a question at the back there?
Sorry, do you have a question?
Christian, I'm letting you know we're at the 5-minute mark. So.
Right, Joe. Ooh la la la. The misty mountains.
Of all the other characters throughout your filming, which other character would you have enjoyed filming or portraying the most?
Oh, I think I would have made a marvelous Gandalf. You shall not pass the bread and butter. Please don't pass the beef teriyaki.
I'd be Azog.
Thermals.
do the chokehold. Do the chokehold. Do the chokehold on. Do the chokehold on.
I'd do anything if I didn't meet anybody. I'd love to have seen another character. Yeah. You know what? I'd love to have just met Richard Armitage. But I mean, I had to fight a stunt guy. You know what I mean? And then later on, I was put in front of Richard. So all of these people I met subsequently. But that's the brilliance of how this film is constructed. So it blew me away that I would be doing what I was doing in that little green screen room, motion capture room. And it was fun, that I got to the movie and it was almost like, I couldn't quite work out how I'd done what I'd done in this little suit, and there it was on the screen so big, but hey.
It's kind of like, it must be, it's a surprise for everyone to see what's happening on the film when they go and watch it, but for us it's the same thing, because we filmed it like quite a long time ago now, and there are bits I've never seen, whether all the, especially a lot of the L stuff, we haven't seen it, so it was like a real surprise for us sitting there watching it at the premiere.
We started filming in 1861.
Well, I think we're at time. No. So, can we?
We don't have
one more question.
One more question.
Where's the dragon?
Go.
Where's the dragon boy? Hey, buddy dragon, where are you? There you are. Do you have a question you've always wanted to ask? It doesn't even have to be about Lord of the Rings or Hobbit stuff. Just any question. Something your mum hasn't told you, or any question you want to know, we will answer for you.
Where do mummies and daddies come from?
God.
Is this going to work if I go down to this kid? Well, here we go, kid. I'm going to bring you out the bar. Is it going to work? Yeah. We're going to service you, by the way. Here we go. Wait up. I'm Azog.
My favorite Pokemon is Charmander.
What are his special powers?
I'm kidnapping your child for a second so I can get on camera and become a, you want to come up here and meet the guys? What's your name? What's your name?
Where is Alexander taking?
Did I terrify this kid? I'm not really an arsehole. I'm actually just an actor. But here, go up and meet these guys. These are the guys who are the stars of The Hobbit.
This is Heath, everyone. Say hi, Heath.
Hey Heath, how you doing, man? Good to meet you.
Heath cuts a good swag, doesn't he?
Heath, tell us what your favorite Pokemon is again.
Charmander.
And what are his powers?
Fire.
Are you dressed as him?
Yeah.
Wow. Can we see your tail?
I think you have the best costume of all Dragon Con. Yeah?
Awesome. Good on you, kid.
Do you want to say thank you very much, everyone, for Dragon Con, and we hope to see you again next year. You've been amazing. This has been the best time we've all had in our whole lives. Say bye-bye.
Yeah, everybody, bye-bye. Goodbye.
That's my favourite memory of Dragon Con, right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jed Brophy, Craig Parker, Adam Brown, and Manu Bennett. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.